Hi there folks, back again for another video. This time we're going to be looking at, as you can imagine, all of the new Middle-earth strategy battle game announcements that came out today when this video is being filmed as well. Oh my god. So we're just off the back of the preview when I'm filming this, and we got ourselves a new star set, which I think is pretty awesome, with a bunch of new plastic miniatures in it, although not all the plastic miniatures that everybody wanted. So let's just play this. It's only a minute and 21 while we have a chat. So let's open this up big as well. So the new starter box that is coming out is based around the Battle of Osgiliath. It comes with Gondorians, so you've got your warriors of Minas Tirith and also your rangers of Gondor as well, that are going to be led by Faramir, Madril and Damrod, going up against Gothmog, who comes with a on-foot version and also a warg mounted version of him as well, and a whole bunch of Morannorks, I think they are, alongside one of the massive trolls as well, the Mordor troll, that can be made in a couple of different ways, which is kind of nice. You're also going to get yourselves the new Gondor terrain, which has been designed to be as modular as the rest of the terrain they've been working on recently. So if you look like the looks of what we got for Mirkwood and all that kind of thing, and Rohan, they've really gone down the avenue of creating some interesting stuff for that. There's also a 0.5 style rulebook, so it doesn't replace the existing rulebook, but it comes with all of the FAQ and errata that has happened over the last little while. So you do not need to replace your existing rulebook if you already have one, but you might want to pick it up for the sake of completion, especially if you're going to be doing a lot of tournament gaming and that kind of stuff. So yes, new Battle of Osgiliath box, which is going to replace the Battle of Pelennor Fields. Comes with the same style of movie cover that we've seen before when they've worked on their bits and pieces. And yeah, as you can see, it comes with a decent selection of miniatures, terrain, the rules, and the scenario booklet as well for you to get started. You've also got dice and themed tokens to go alongside everything as well. So yes, your leader characters, as you can see there. Sorry, not Amborn. Damrod's the other one. So you've got Faramir, Madril, and Damrod. So Damrod, Faramir, Madril. Yes. Kicking out and taking names. As they said in the video, these plastic miniatures will come with the either ruins of Osgiliath that they can clamber over, or you can replace these with trees and woodland if you like. So you can have your rangers either sort of midst ambush of Galadrim on the road, or fighting it out in the ruins of Osgiliath alongside their warriors. So you get 12 warriors of Minas Tirith and 12 rangers of Gondor ready to lay down the defences. Alas, these are still the old plastic miniatures, but you know, I guess they didn't want to put too much money into the project until they see how well it's received, I guess. But yeah, so they should be enough to be led by those two, and then you could have an additional hero just because, which is kind of cool. And then you've got Gothmog, who comes on the back of his warg, but also on foot if he ever gets unwarged, as it were, or if you just wanted to run him on foot as your leader of your orcs. And he has under his command 24 Morannorks, as we said, alongside one of the Mordor trolls, the war trolls there as well. You also get this modular Gondor Osgiliath terrain. They said the doors don't open, but there you go. But you can put these together in a range of different ways as you see fit. The updated rules manual, which comes with a different cover compared to the one that I've got behind me, which has got Gandalf the White on it. So this one's got the Eye of Sauron, which makes it a little bit more sort of neutral, I guess, interestingly, rather than having a character on the front. And then you've got the booklet there with all the scenarios and profiles you can play out using those particular models, which I think is kind of nice. So overall, a nice entry point for people who are diving into Middle-earth strategy battle game. I would assume these are all going to be available separately in the future, as Theoden was from the original set, as was the Witch King and all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, you'll be diving in and picking these up and having fun with a little bit of a skirmish in the ruins of Osgiliath. So quite the nice start to things when it came to the reveals for today. Following up from that, we had some, I guess you'd say, smaller releases, I suppose. Another one of these was the addition of these Battlehosts boxes that you can see here. So one of the big things about diving into the middle of a strategy battle game is that it can sometimes be a little bit hard. Well, no, it's actually not that hard to get started. You buy a hero and you buy one of the 12 miniature boxes, or 24 miniature boxes, and you've pretty much got all the things you need to get started, really. But these new Battlehosts, I think they're called, are going to be focused on creating a selection of starter forces for you to get going. So they'll come with free rules downloads and profiles and everything you need to use them on the tabletop, but they essentially come with one of the new plastic figures, or two of the new plastic figures in the case of some of them, and then a bunch of the old plastic miniatures as well. So, for example, with the Minas Tirith one, you had Gandalf the White on horseback there with Pippin, and then you had a whole host of the warriors of Minas Tirith with the Orthanc one for the Uruk-hai. You had Saruman and Grima, and then you had a whole host of the Uruk-hai. With the Rohirrim, you have Éomer there, which is the old plastic model. Well, not the old, but the new plastic model that has been out for a while now, alongside loads of the Riders of Rohan. And then Mordor get the Witch King of Angmar on foot and on horseback, as well as a bunch of Mordor orcs and all the good things you need to get started in the game. So yeah, they've really sort of come down the route of creating some interesting box sets for you to get started in things, to kind of reinvigorate the Lord of the Rings on the tabletop, which I think is really nice to see. Nothing's been said about if they're going to be introducing more of these in the future. I would assume they will be. But yeah, so you've got Mordor Battlehosts there, which is looking very nice. One more for Isengard. Another for Minas Tirith, and then one for Rohan. So it's essentially going with the effectively you've got a couple of sort of versus boxes. So you could have Rohan going up against Isengard, and then you have Minas Tirith going up against Mordor. There are, of course, lots of other plastic kits out there, but not enough plastic heroes at the moment to do things like the Dwarfs box set, for example, or Moria Goblins or anything like that. So we'll have to wait and see for those, because I would assume they want to try and make these an all-plastic purchase for people who are just getting started with the game. But again, really nice for people who are just getting stuck into the game and just want to kind of bulk out a force. For example, I might buy that Rohan one just because it comes with the plastic AMR that I don't actually have yet, and also I get a couple more riders and a couple more warriors as well to get things going, which is quite nice. Moving on, we talked Elves. So we had, which is possibly my favourite miniature of the entire reveal, which was Glorfindel. So he comes with the armour of Gondolin, which makes him immune to the monster power attacks, which is pretty cool. But this is a Forge World miniature, so it will be Forge World resin. This will not be a plastic kit, but it comes with a version of Glorfindel, possibly the most badass elf, on foot, sword at the ready to strike at someone, and then on horseback as well, with Athfaloth, ready to ride down whatever stands in his way. If you wanted to play a book-accurate start to the adventures of Glorfindel, then you could definitely drop this in place of Arwen, if you wished. We also got the models that we knew we were going to be seeing. So we had Rumil and Orophin, who are the brothers of Haldir. So if you want to throw some of those miniatures into the game, you can do as well. Again, going to be coming out from, I think these are going to be Forge World resins too. They certainly look it from the way that they're being presented. You also get these, which are definitely Forge World resin, which is the Galadrim Court, or the Guards of the Galadrim Court, which were available in Finecast. Everybody knows why Finecast is a bad idea, but these are proper resin from Forge World, so they should keep all of the detail that you see here in the images. But yeah, some kind of nice stuff. I really, really liked Glorfindel. I think that's an amazing model, and is definitely making me think about making an elven force. I have quite a lot of Elves of the Last Alliance lying around that I could use as my miniatures to lead my elves, and I do actually have a Glorfindel who is actually behind me on a shelf over here somewhere. There he is. I even have an Arwen actually as well. So, I mean, you probably can't see this on the camera, but there's my Glorfindel looking very snazzy and very awesome. So I might actually end up diving in and picking up some of these just to make some elvish warbands on the tabletop. That could be kind of cool. And totally going against my dwarven nature. But there you go. Finishing things off, we also had the reveal of another plastic kit. So this is Master Elrond. I'm going to make that sure that's gone, because that's probably going to be copyrighted in some fashion. But this is a new version of Elrond in plastic. Comes on horse, riding forward. Could possibly even lead those Knights of Rivendell that were put together not long ago for The Hobbit, but could also fight in the front ranks of the Last Alliance, which again is very cool, because obviously we've got the Rings of Power coming out very soon at the start of September, and this obviously is going to lead, well, that is going to lead to the Battle of the Last Alliance at the very end. But a very nice looking new mounted and on foot model for Master Elrond. Elrond half elven, looking very nice indeed. Absolutely love that model. I think it's a real sort of homage to the old one, but also a bonus for us to have something in plastic rather than just metal. You also get a elven standard bearer as well. So if you're going to be building up an army of elves on the tabletop for the Lord of the Rings and Middle-earth strategy battle game, you have a banner bearer to do so, which is very nice. And yeah, pretty good looking set of miniatures there for Elrond. Nice new plastic horse with lots of motion to it, and a really cool banner bearer bearing Gil-galad's heraldry, which is very nice. No plastic Gil-galad as of yet, but one would hope that we're going to be seeing one very soon. That would be really nice. But yeah, I think as things stand, this is probably the big bit of news that everybody was kind of waiting for, and I think everybody knew was coming. But yeah, Battle of Osgiliath is going to be the big new way for you to dive into the game. If you haven't played it before, if you are already deep into Middle-earth, I don't imagine you're going to probably pick this up. You're probably just going to wait until the plastic miniatures and the rulebook and everything else comes out separately, because you probably have enough of these plastic miniatures lying around anyway. But definitely want to look at if you're getting started in the game alongside one of these perhaps. In particular, if you are looking to expand on what you got in the Battle of Osgiliath, where you get, a handful of fighters per side, which is kind of cool. You could sort of upgrade things with the Battlehosts, and if you were playing as the forces of Mordor, you could just pick up this and add it into the mix, and away you go. You've got some regular Mordor orcs alongside your Morannon orcs, and you've also got your Wild Riders too in the background, and then you have Gothmog and the Witch King, which would be pretty nice. And if you're playing as Minas Tirith from the box set, then you could even lead Mithrandir and Pippin out from the walls to try and save Faramir with your knights and your warriors there too as well, which I think is quite nice. So yeah, lots of interesting new things coming up for the Middle-earth strategy battle game at the moment. I think this is really good news for people who have maybe been waiting in the wings when it came to Middle-earth and definitely wanted something a bit bigger to get started in the game with. I'm kind of glad that this isn't a massive, huge new addition to the game, and it's just a sort of update on things, because I won't have to replace the rulebook that I only picked up recently, which is kind of nice. So yeah, some very good stuff there coming up for the Lord of the Rings to keep a lot of people very, very happy, and it's nice to see that a lot of people are working in the background with lots of passion on this project. So yes, this is all sounding very cool when it comes to Middle-earth on the tabletop. I think a lot of people are going to be very, very happy about this, and it will be very fun to see where they go next with things in the future. I'm sure we're going to see a lot more supplements and all sorts of different things popping up. Please let me know in the comments down below. Are you going to get started in Middle-earth with the Battle of Osgiliath box? Which side are you going to pick? Do you like the new Glorfindel model, or maybe Elrond, which was your favourite reveal from the day's events? And where do you think they should go next, and what models do you think they should bring to the tabletop? I might even do a cool video looking back at the Games Workshop line as it stands and trying to find out the ways that they could kind of update and upgrade some of those old metals to match new sculpting styles and all that kind of thing. But yeah, we should come back and talk about it very, very soon. In the meantime, do not forget that I do have a Ko-fi link down below, so if you enjoyed this video and you like what I do, you can always go over there and sling me a couple of quid to buy me a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. Would be very nice, but you don't have to. But most importantly, just like, share and subscribe and stick with me as we do more awesome tabletop discussions in the near future. Awkward look to the side, checking things out, and away we go. Bye for now.